Hi guys, and welcome to day number 6 of the 15 Days to a Healthier You program. We are going to talk about goals tonight, and not just the big idea of goals, but we're going to talk about how to actually set goals and then follow through with them. So I'm going to walk you through step by step how to set goals. So how to decide what goals, how to break those goals down into bite-sized pieces, and how to make sure that they are goals that will work for you. If you have not read the workbook for today, I'd really encourage you to take some time to go through the workbook, because this is one of those lessons where I think you're going to need the step-by-step, especially if you struggle with goals. As we talked about in day 5, goals give you purpose, they give you momentum, they give you excitement for life, and they truly can make such a difference in your overall health and your happiness and your outlook on life. And so that's why I included this section of the program, because I feel like it's going to help you not only if you want to set goals to lose weight or eat healthier, or some of those practical ways that you can improve your health, but also, as we've been talking about, just improving your mental health by setting goals that are going to make you excited about living your life. Because when you wake up every day excited about life, you love your life, and it makes such an impact on every single area of your life. So goals give you purpose, they give you momentum, they give you focus. And I personally am just relearning this in a specific area in my life, and I wanted to share that with you because I've been so inspired by this. Even though I've talked about goal setting for a long time, my husband and I even wrote a program last year that we did on goal setting called Make Over Your Year. But this year, I recommitted myself to use a paper planner. I had used Google Calendar for a long time, and I'd gotten away from using a paper planner. I'm using the Brilliant Life Planner, and this planner has a section for every week where you will go through and think about your successes and your struggles from the last week. You write down memories, you write down your gratitude from the last week, and then you go over the coming week, and you write down your top 3 priorities for your personal life, for your business life. You also write down other priorities, things you want to accomplish. You write down meetings and appointments, people you want to encourage, people you need to contact. And just having this 2-page spread to go over, I've been spending about an hour at the beginning of the week, and that sounds like a lot of time. But to really think back over the week before and think about what worked and what didn't work. What did I struggle with? How did I overcome? What were the memories? What am I grateful for? So it's looking back, but then looking forward and taking that time to really set some specific goals for the business and for my personal life, and breaking it down to the top 3 things these are the most important tasks that I want to accomplish in the next week. Here's who I want to encourage. Here's who I need to remember to contact. Here's some other tasks that I want to do. Just taking that time to do that. You don't need a planner to do that, but taking the time to look back and then look forward, I am realizing that I'm getting so much more done in the week, that I wake up every day and I'm like, I not only have a plan for today, but I know that this plan is in conjunction with my priorities for the week. And this is helping me so that at the end of the week, I'm going to look back and be like, wow, look at all that I was able to accomplish. Look at how I was able to live with intention because I had a plan. And so goals give you that. They remind you of where you want to go, and they motivate you to then stay on the path to get there. So the planner has just given me new, fresh excitement for weekly goal setting. I always do yearly goal setting, but weekly goal setting, this has been very, very helpful to me. I did this 2 years ago and before that, but I didn't take the time to really look back and then look forward. I just would set 10 goals for the week. And taking the time to be intentional has made such a difference for me. And it's given me so much excitement. And honestly, like on Saturday when I was doing this, I was doing my goal setting on Saturday, and I was like, I cannot believe how much I accomplished last week. And it didn't feel terribly busy, but it was because I had been intentional and set those goals. So I want to walk you through how to set goals. We're going to walk through step by step what I have in the course, so this is in your workbook, but I want to walk you through it in the video as well, because I feel like this is something that a lot of people could get hung up on, and you need all the encouragement that you can get to actually do this. Okay, so number one, to be successful at goal setting, I want you to jot down all your ideas. And the reason that I want you to do this is I just want you to brain dump everything. Just get it all out of your head. This exercise can just clear your mind of all the crazy and all the clutter. So jot down all of your ideas. I would take a 24-hour period to do this, so don't do it just over, like, give yourself 15 minutes and then be done. I want you to really take some time to think through this. So have a piece of paper where you're just writing down everything that comes to your mind as it comes to mind over a 24-hour period. Every goal idea, everything you want to accomplish, every task that you feel like you need to do, just everything. Put it on this paper. There are no wrong answers. This could be a project that you want to work on, a skill you want to learn. This could be a fitness goal. This could be a weight loss goal. This could be a desire to change your eating, the fact that you want to get more sleep, a financial milestone you want to hit, something you'd like to accomplish. There are no wrong answers. So if you're anything like me, your to-do list will probably be very, very long. This is completely okay. Don't freak out. Just start by brain dumping. Then, once you have brain dumped all your ideas over a 24-hour period, I want you to prioritize your list. I want you to go through it carefully, and I want you to thoughtfully consider which items on the list are really going to make a specific and near immediate impact on your everyday life. So think about the biggest priorities, these things that are going to make the biggest impact on your everyday life. And in day 5, we talked about what your priorities are. So you need to be thinking in line of those priorities when you're prioritizing your list. Okay, so if it doesn't fall under any of your top priorities, your best stuff list, you probably can just say, not for this season, I'm going to just let it go. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Think specifically through each area of priority in your life and see what items on your list match up with those priorities and which items can just be instantly discarded. Then I want you to pare down your list. So you've prioritized your list, and then I want you to pare it down to just 2 to 3 items under each priority. So let's say you have 4 priorities. I want you to just put 2 to 3 items under each of those priorities, no more. If you're brand new to goal setting, I would honestly say 1. I would say no more than 5 goals maximum if you're brand new to goal setting. If you're not brand new to goal setting, you could maybe have more like 8 or 10 goals total, but make sure that it's realistic and doable for you. Think about how each goal will directly impact your life. And then really walk it out and really think, okay, if I set this goal over the course of the next 3 months, 6 months, a year, how is this goal going to make a big difference in my everyday life? If you can't make a case for that, I would say you go back to the drawing board and look at another goal, because I want you to really focus on those that are going to make a direct impact on your everyday life over the course of the next year. So pare down your list and then define your 2 to 4 specific, detailed, and actionable goals. So this is really important. Specific, detailed, and actionable. Specific, detailed, and actionable. I really want you to make sure that your goals can be accomplished. So if you just say, I want to take better care of myself, how are you going to know if you've accomplished that goal? But if you say, every single day, I want to spend 15 minutes reading, or I want to read 4 books over the course of the next 3 months. You see how it's a specific goal that you can actually know when you've accomplished it. So make sure that it's detailed and that it's actionable. That is the most important thing. If you cannot tell me when you've accomplished it, then it's not a good enough goal. I need to be able to know when you've accomplished it. So if you can tell somebody, I'm able to check that goal off my list because it's specific enough that it's an actual goal. Not just an idea, not just a habit I want to develop, a dream of mine, but an actual specific goal that I know when I've hit the finish line, then you can keep it on your list. So define those. Keep it simple. Don't bite off more than you can chew. And then create your plan of action. So you've defined your goal and you know that specific goal. Then you need to say, okay, how am I going to accomplish this? So let's say you say, I want to read 4 books in the next 4 months. Okay, let's say that's one of your goals. Or you're going to say, I want to read 12 books over the next 12 months. Then you're going to tell me how you're actually going to accomplish that. It's not enough to say, this is what I want to do, and I've defined it, and I made sure that it has a finish line. I need you to tell me how you're going to get to the finish line. So here's what I want you to think about. How can you break that down into bite-sized pieces? So break it down into bite-sized pieces. So if you want to read 12 goals over the next, if you want to read 12 books over the next 12 months, then you're going to have to say, okay, 1 book a month. So how many pages approximately is that per week? So you think through that, and then I want you to decide, when are you going to do that in your everyday schedule? So make sure that you've carved out the time, that you know what you need to do, the bite-sized piece that you need to accomplish, and then when you're going to do that. Once you've created that plan of action, then I want you to tell someone that you're actually doing this. So get some accountability. I encourage you to have a person, a product, and a party. And by that I mean a real life person or group of people who will keep you accountable and check in on you. I also want you to set up a product. So an app, a printable, an ebook, or a spreadsheet that will help you track your milestones. And then I want you to have a party, so set up a plan to celebrate when you reach the milestone that you have set up for yourself. This gives you something to look forward to. Okay, so set up that accountability, and then finally, I just want to remind you, like we talked about in day 5, I want to remind you of the season of life that you are in. So the season of life that you are in, we are all in a different season. We cannot do what other people can do. So remember your season of life. Take that into consideration, and if you're in a really busy season, if you have really young children, maybe you're dealing with caring for a relative who is dying, maybe you have a child with special needs, you need to take that into consideration, and you need to remember that your goals need to be probably a lot smaller than someone else's goals, and that's totally okay. Give yourself the grace and say, you know what? If I do a few things this year and if I actually finish them and accomplish them, that's so much better than if I try to set myself up for failure by creating these huge, massive goals that just will not work in this season of life. So remember that. Do what you can do, and don't worry about what you can't do, because doing something is almost always better than doing nothing. Okay, so your day 6 project is to take some time over the next 24 hours to go through the steps outlined in your workbook and then determine a few simple goals. Break them down into bite-sized pieces and then set up some accountability. You can do this, and this can make such a difference in your life. If you've already decided on some goals, I would love if you would leave a comment and tell us what those goals are. Let's all inspire everyone. Leave a comment, tell us what your goals are. Make sure that they are doable. Make sure that they're measurable. Make sure that they're realistic, and make sure that you don't. If anybody writes down 15 goals, I'm going to slap your hand and tell you that you need to start over again. Keep it simple. Remember, 3 to 5 to maybe 8 to maybe 10. Don't bite off more than you can chew. You can do this, and tomorrow I'll see you back here at around 8:30 Central Time when we'll be talking about day 7. Have a great evening.